Today we're going to learn how to turn this big brick of raw red-skinned peanuts into some soaked peanut butter that's a little more gut friendly. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. Today we're going to take this big 5-pound brick of raw red-skinned peanuts and we're going to start the very long process of turning them into soaked peanut butter. So all you really do is you just put them in a jar. The first step that you do is you just put them in the jars, cover them with a lot of water, and let them soak, and then they're going to expand and get all the nasty stuff that's in them out of them. So let's get started. I've ever seen raw peanuts. I might have, but I don't think I did. So I want to rinse these off and stuff. But I want to get the right amount. About half the jar, I think, because I'm told they'll about double in size. That's a lot of peanut butter. I don't think I'm going to turn them all into peanut butter right away, because that's a ridiculous amount. But I want to get them all ready so that I don't have to do this process a whole bunch. So I'm just going to get these rinsed off. In here. Maybe not the best plan. Okay, so now all we're going to do with these is fill up the jar almost all the way with water and just put a lid on them and let them go for at least 24 hours. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I might end up doing longer, but we shall see. Okay, so we have these all filled up with good quality water. You wouldn't want to put anything in here that you wouldn't want to drink. Like, I don't think you don't want any like chlorinated water or weird whatever kind of water. So you're just gonna close these up and set them on the counter. You want to change out the water every, I think it's 8 to 12 hours, kind of depending. If it's anything like the almonds, they started to put off this weird cloudy like white stuff, and anyways, it was weird. And so I just let them go until that kind of stopped, and it took, I think, about 36 hours, and I was just regularly changing the water, usually morning and the evening, and sometimes in between. So I'm just going to let that go, and I'll bring you back when we are ready for the next step. Here are the peanuts after about 11 hours. They've taken up almost the entire jar, except these two. But I went ahead and just finished off the rest of the peanuts just so I don't have to worry about them. But here they are, absorbed all the water. Getting kind of cloudy. I'm gonna go ahead and change out the water. It's the next evening, and one thing that I forgot about last night was actually to add salt into the water and the peanuts. I did that this morning, and from what I've read, it's 1 tablespoon per 4 cups of the dried beans, or the dried legumes, whatever. So I went ahead and did that this morning, and now we're gonna go ahead and drain these off and put them on the dehydrator. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's really cloudy and it has like this white rim on top. When I drained them out this morning, they actually had quite a bit. The liquid was like red, almost like you're soaking kidney beans. It was kind of interesting. You just want to kind of rinse each one out a couple of times. Okay, so we have them all soaked, rinsed, and ready to go on the dehydrator trays. So from what you can see how much this one started out at 4 cups and now it's over 6 cups. They expand quite a bit. So we're just gonna put these out on the dehydrator trays. Kind of want them like single row, I think. I'm sure you could probably stack them up a little bit, but I have the space for it on the dehydrator, so I'm just gonna go ahead and, at least I hope I have the space on the dehydrator. I'm gonna do them kind of mostly single. And at this point you can take off the little cover thing that's on them, the peel, but I don't really care to do that, so I'm not going to. Cover up the hole so it doesn't get through it. Need more. That's it for that part of the process. So now I'm going to go ahead and just put these on the dehydrator, and according to the dehydrator label it says nuts and seeds are 105 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in there at 105 degrees, and I'll let you know if I change that. And then hopefully by tomorrow morning to tomorrow evening these will be done and ready to just pack away until I'm ready to actually make the nut butter with them. So we'll see you then. Alright, we're back and the peanuts are totally dry. And now we're just going to set them aside until tomorrow when I have time to actually process them. Or roast them, rather. I kind of like peanuts, they come off here pretty easy. Alright, so there's 5 pounds of peanuts, all soaked and dehydrated. So now we're just going to go ahead and put these in a bag. Let's go with the mug. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just package these up like this. If you want to package these more long term, obviously you'd want to put them in like a mason jar or something like that, or a mylar bag or something with an oxygen absorber, maybe a moisture absorber as well. And but these we're just going to process for tomorrow. I'm going to roast pretty much all of these, and some of them I'm going to turn into peanut butter, and some of them I'm going to set aside just for munching. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we're ready to take this to the next step. The next step in making our soaked roasted peanut butter is to roast the peanuts. So I have this tray here. It's a baking sheet, and I have it lined with some silicone sheeting. You can not use anything, or you could use like aluminum foil if you'd like to, or some parchment paper. But this is what I have, so I'm gonna use it. And I'm just gonna pour it out into a single layer. And you can, I saw a funky one. Where'd it go? Ah, found it. You can remove all these papers from it after you soak it, kind of before you dehydrate it. I have seen that it seems to be fairly easy to peel, and I found that when I made the almond butter, that was very true. It just kind of like, you just squeeze it and it just pops right out of the paper. I just wanted to keep this on. I've heard that it gives it a better flavor, so we shall see. I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees, so I'm just going to pop these in here, and I'm going to stir them up probably about every 5 minutes. And from what I've read, after about 20 minutes they should be all done, roasted and delicious. And it just says that once it starts to smell like peanut butter or like roasted peanuts, then it's done. I don't know if you can hear it, but they're hissing. Kind of popping a little bit. It's kind of cool. I think they're done. They're kind of hot, that wasn't a bright idea. We're just gonna have to call it done, because I don't know. I'm just going to transfer these from the sheet into a bowl so I can do another batch. So we have the first 2 batches of roasted peanuts out of the oven, and now we're just going to put it into the food processor. Hopefully I didn't put too much in there, but we'll find out. And I did this before with the almonds, and it seemed like it would never come together, and this would never work. And then just all of a sudden it became almond butter. It was like this thick, weird chunkiness, and then all of a sudden you had almond butter. It was pretty cool. Oh, salt. So, I don't know how much salt I need, so that's about right. Alright, so I'm going to bring you guys in so you guys can actually see what this thing is doing, and then you can see how long it takes. I'll go ahead and time it and just speed it up so it doesn't take forever for you guys. that again. So I think the saltiness is just right, but I think I used too many peanuts in it for a batch. So I think I'm gonna pull some out. Alright, so let's try that again. That's some pretty creamy peanut butter. It's warm right now. I didn't let it cool off completely from the roasting, and it's just been moving forever, so. That is delicious. So now I'm just gonna pour it into some mason jars. And let's do this one again. So there you have it. We have about two and a third pints, I'd say, probably all together, if you fill it up all the way, of creamy peanut butter. It's sprouted, it is roasted, it's salted the way I like it, and it was probably about half of the peanuts that I roasted, or pardon me, that I soaked and dehydrated. I still have about half of them left. And so about $10 for 2 1/3 quarts, 2 1/3 pints. So I guess that is a little over a quart, huh? Of peanut butter, and you really can't beat it. It's much more gut friendly than it would be otherwise. And so now I get to enjoy peanut butter on the GAPS diet. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.